Welcome 12 Scale Army to the Albatross Customs channel. I'm your host, Makris Brick, and today we'll take a look at my custom classifieds with Ghillie suits, introduce a new segment, Makris D.I.Y tutorials, and show you how I do the Ghillie suits for these 12 scale figures. And finally show you a 12 scale SPARROWHAWK attack helicopter. You'll see all after the intro. Alright, we've got exciting content for today's video. We'll start off with Crosshair, Dawn G40, Sniper, Infiltrator, Infantry, Marksman, Instructor. His base figure is Marvel Legends Star-Lord. Painted the woodland camouflage pattern. He has Duke's shin guard to tie him with the classified line. And I made his Ghillie suit. He's armed with a Marauder's Gunrunner Accuracy International. It's got removable magazine and two sets of bipods, one folded and one deployed. And that's the quick rundown for Crosshair. Just a quick disclaimer, I am not affiliated with Hasbro G.I. Joe Classified, Valaverse Action Force, Gridiron Studios, Casting Cave, and Marauder Gunrunners. I'm just a big fan of these companies and I purchase my own from them. Next is Jodie Shooter Craig, markswoman, and she's a favorite from my customs. Base figure is Lady J. I painted her camouflage pattern and made her Ghillie suit. She is armed with a Marauder M110 7.62mm rifle. It came painted desert tan, removable suppressor, removable magazine, laser pointer, removable scope. I like this scope. It's got a red dot mounted on top of it and a flip open Butler Creek scope covers. Added the elastic sling, drop down G.I. Joe holster that carries a Casting Cave H&K USP pistol. She has Lady J's communicator. Head sculpt is from McFarlane's Destiny 2 Ikora Ray figure. Modified the bowl to fit the head. As a customizer, that's one of the weak points of the G.I. Joe classified figures. All their pegs, arms, legs don't interchange. I made her vest with two pouches for her M110 magazines. She has Lady J's knife and sheath. Drop down pouch for spare magazines. Camel back with drinking hose. Additional accessories I gave her are the helmet, Avon S10 respirator, and H&K SD 9mm suppressed submachine gun. And that's her complete breakdown. It's time for Makris's Man-Baby Corner! Retreat! Can you tell me what's wrong with this picture? Or can you normies tell me what's right? Countless of reviews we've seen on popular channels, yet not one mention of this. You there raising your hands, What is it? Oh, vertical straps that hold the holster or magazine pouches to your belt. Where Joe's in Action Force will be jumping out of an aircraft, static, halo or hey-ho insertion, rappelling from a Black Hawk or mountainside, or rappelling on the side of a building. Without vertical straps, your holsters, secondary weapon, magazine pouches, first aid, knife sheaths will be falling off you. I knew my 12 scale army are brilliant viewers. You deserve a pat on the back. Is it cost cutting or design decision to simplify production? Look at Destro and Major Blood. Whoever designed their holsters knows what they're doing. My solution is just adding elastic straps. Let's have a look at Flint, one of my favorite Joes. And what an ugly head sculpt. Instead of looking dashing, he looks like Colonel Dovchenko from the 2008 Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull movie. First gripe is the plate carrier vest position. Front is low and the back plate is extremely low. All the designer needed to do is put the minimum amount of research by Googling proper plate carrier position. In a few seconds, you'd have the information. You can spare consumers with mediocre design. And we have the obvious, the shotgun sheath position. Regardless on how you put in the shotgun, whether top from the right or bottom from the left, you'd still have a problem realistically drawing your shotgun. You're going to break your arm in the process, and you have to be an octopus to clear these. Also unusual is the design choice of having a Y harness on top of that carrier vest. So I fixed mine by modifying the vest, bringing it up. I gave him an Action Force shotgun, made the sheath out of pleather, and reposition it so he can draw his shotgun realistically from its scabbard. Most of the time, it'll take common sense to design proper positions of shotgun scabbards, holsters, knife sheaths, pouches to make an over-the-top cool product. Ripper is a quick and easy custom. Base is gung-ho classified, body and head sculpt. Made his red tinted shades, added the hair, beard using polymer putty. Painted his ripped sleeveless midriff clothing. Added his necklace. Painted the pants blue denim. Shaved and sanded the shin guards. Ripper's ride is the McFarlane Batman Bat Cycle. Removed all the bones. Repainted and added the twin M249 saw machine guns. It's time for Makris D.I.Y tutorials. Follow me! I'll show you how to make a ghillie suit. Materials you need: tacky glue, black Sharpie, sharp scissors, braided elastic, a figure model, the one you'll make the ghillie suit for, small cloth swatch that you could find at Walmart. We'll do tans and greens. Let's begin. Decide the color of your ghillie suit based on the terrain he would be operating on. If it's a jungle forest environment, you'd go for shades of green with shades of brown. Desert environment, shades of brown. Arctic, white with a bit of grays. Let's use the tan cloth. Lay it out on your desk. This is going to be the base of the ghillie suit. Put flint. With your Sharpie, we are going to trace Flint's shoulders, sides, legs. Never mind getting it perfect. It's going to be covered by cloth. The more imperfect it is, the more realistic it would be. Okay, good enough. Use the scissors and cut the pattern. Fold the top piece. We're basically making something like a poncho. Trim the pattern with your scissors. We are going to cut a hole where the figure's head will go into and cut the front up to the chest length. Make sure cut the leg area. You want these separated. Don't be afraid to do test fits. Mark the desired length of where you want the ghillie suit to fall in front of him. Cutting the mark and rounding the edges. Test fit again. I'm marking where I'm gonna glue the elastic straps for his waist. This will keep the ghillie suit on the figure. Mark the legs. Using the elastic braid, we're gonna cut a length for his waist. Cut a shorter length for his legs. Do it twice for the other leg. Use the tacky glue. I'm gonna put it on where I marked for the leg. Glue the elastic braid on. Apply the glue for the waist. Glue the elastic braid. That would be the straps for the waist. Cut a couple more elastic braid. They'll go for the chest and the back. Tacky glue to attach it again. The glue is starting to dry up and the elastic is being adhered to the cloth. So I'll go ahead and loop it and finish off the elastic for the waist. And we're gonna leave it alone and let it dry. Maybe about an hour. Next, we'll cut strips from the cloth about 1/4 of an inch width and the length of your entire fabric. Cut 6 or 7 of these. Okay, so with the 6 or 7 long strips, cut them to 1.5 inches long. These strips later will be glued onto the ghillie base. Do the same for the tan cloth. Alright, so now you have a handful of these strips. We'll start on the ghillie headwear. Cut the tan fabric about 1.5 inches width and 3 inches length. Fold it in half. Use your figure model, and we are going to trace the back of his head. Use the tacky glue. You can use a thread and needle if you have the sewing skills. But it's gonna be convenient because our main material is the tacky glue. Might as well use it. And we'll let that dry for about an hour. Another option that will work is using existing headwear from your accessory bin. For example, Lady J's cap, Flint's beret, a boonie hat, articulated icons ninja hood, or similar like Storm Shadow classified hood. Marvel Legends red hood will work, or the ninja hand. Now for the fun part. Bear with me, 12 Scale Army. We are halfway to the process. Glue the fabric strips starting from the bottom leg of the ghillie base. Throw in random tan cloth strips here and there just to break up the pattern. You'll cover the entire ghillie base with these strips. And we'll let that fully dry. The ghillie top. Come back to the fully dried ghillie headwear / hood. Trim the excess fabric. I'm gonna trim it. Reverse it. Try it on to the model. Fits good. How we did the main ghillie suit, we'll glue the fabric strips onto the top hood. Again, starting from the bottom, working our way up. They'll speed up the camera 8 times. Then we'll leave it to dry. Okay, and the ghillie suit is fully dried. Quickly, let's check fit. That looks like it'll work. Next is to fray the cloth strips we had glued. I do this by using my fingertips, fraying, parting, breaking away, removing the horizontal thread, and keeping the vertical thread. Are you getting this, 12 scale army? That is the key for making ghillie suits. Now, I have tried other methods like just gluing bunched up threads, gluing knitting, but it's the most optimized way of having close to a realistic ghillie suit. Is this process I'm sharing with you. It's almost comparable to how you make a real life scale ghillie suit. I had made 3 full suits for different environments, and that process is sewing the netting into your jumpsuit or 2-piece BDU uniform. Aside from reinforcing your elbows, knees, front torso with canvas, you attach dyed burlap strips and you fray it by removing the horizontal burlap thread. Check the work so far. So are you getting the general idea on how we build this ghillie suit? This is the finished base ghillie suit. Put it on flint. Let's see how it looks. Looking very good. And we'll do the same fraying of the cloth strips on the headgear. That's the finished hood. Let's try it on Flint. And what do you think? Then trim the ghillie suit with your scissors. That is all for the tutorial. Pat yourself at the back. Great job for staying till the end. And for the main attraction, I present to you my 1/12 scale SPARROWHAWK AH-204 attack helicopter. Lift, ticket, and windmill are the pilot and co-pilot. It has twin rotor blades and a propeller at the back. Its length is 38 inches long from the cannon to the rear propeller, with an impressive width of 20 inches and a height of 18 inches tall. The main armament is the Vulcan Gatling gun. Barrel rotates, swivels left to right, and the gun goes up and down. Night vision infrared thermal cameras, swivels left to right and up and down. Rocket launchers on both sides, removable sidewinder missiles for air-to-air defensive and offensive capabilities. Rotating propellers, cockpit holds lift ticket and windmill. That's the cockpit. Bucket seats. Rear wheel and front wheels.
Thank you for watching, and for all who recently subscribed to the channel, thank you for your support. If you haven't done so, please subscribe, like, and share the video. Have a great day.